The following is a paid program. The views and opinions expressed don't necessarily reflect those of NCI-FM.
Welcome to Speaking Up with Jessica Dumas. I'm a certified life coach that specializes in business, leadership, and all things speaking and confidence mindset. Let's chat. Hey friends and fam through the NCI radio waves. How are you doing? Jessica here, happy to come in and check in with you and see how things are going. I love to be able to create a space where we talk about self-love. We talk about confidence. We talk about taking a moment to take a deep breath and just going like, wow, wow, look what I just did. Life is so quick. I mean, sometimes it could feel like things are taking forever, but at the same time, like time goes by, and until you take a moment to look around or look back or reflect, you don't really know how much that you're actually accomplishing or how much time that's gone by when you could have been accomplishing something that you want. What I wanted to share with you today was one of my clients asked me if I've ever received judgment online because I'm showing up on social media. I've been doing that since 2015, and I have a podcast, the Confidence and Communication Podcast, and now this radio show, Speaking Up with Jessica Dumas. And you best believe there's been times that I have had judgment online, and what I know about is actually by people that I knew. But the reason that I'm sharing all of this is because when my client asked me that, this was my coaching client and someone who I was coaching to be a professional speaker, build curriculum to offer programming. When she asked me this, I couldn't actually think of a scenario when it happened to me. And it took me a while. I really had to reflect on, did that actually happen? Because in fact, as I already shared, it did happen. There have been situations where it definitely happened. And that would hold a lot of people back from showing up online or from speaking on a radio show, posting on social media, promoting themselves, right? That's something that a lot of people don't like. And I didn't start here. This is not where I started. I'm not one of those people that woke up when I was a teenager and was like really outgoing and wanted to be the center of attention and wanted to promote myself and encourage others. That's not who I was. In fact, I shared a post on my Instagram in the last few days, jessicadumas.ca. And I'll share this often. So one of the posts I shared was called My Epiphany Story. So you can find that on my Instagram Reels. And then I also shared one that I titled Story Time, and it says, you might not believe this, but I didn't start out like this. So I like to be very transparent about the fact that I continuously, even today, I work really hard on my mindset, and I've worked really hard to overcome the disbelief that I had in myself and the challenges that I have in continuously showing up. So when my client asked me about this, I couldn't think of a specific scenario. I've since then, taken the opportunity to look at times where that's happened. But the more important part of the story for me that I thought was really good was I have done so much inner work to protect myself that in situations like that, it just slid off. I mean, in the moment, there were times where I've heard things and I sort of laughed because I was like, if someone thinks that about me, they clearly don't know me. So something that wasn't very complimentary. And then, of course, there were times where earlier in my career, it caused me to really reflect and say, is that who I am? And recognizing, no, what this person was saying was not true, and that's not who I was. But the whole point of me sharing this is my gratitude towards my self-work or my inner work. And I'm going to share with you a little bit on how you can do that easily. And what I learned about when you identify your blocks, so you might hear people talk about like you have a block between you and something. And usually that's a mindset block. That's something that you don't believe that you can have something. You don't believe that you can be successful. You don't believe that you can get paid for a service, that sort of thing. But when you start to identify those and process them, you start to see this increase of self-love and confidence. And this is what I've done. This is what I have done over the years to get to where I am today. And what I've learned is that all of this, which I call inner work, all of this inner work or the self-love work, it creates a shield that actually protects you. And you can change your beliefs, because a belief is just a thought that you keep on thinking. And when you start to change your beliefs, you identify beliefs that will protect you, beliefs that create a foundation that you can stand on. And it doesn't mean that all of the things in the world are no longer going to touch you. Like, we're still human girl, a woman. I'm still a human woman, but it helps you bounce back quicker. So yeah, so let's chat a little bit about that. So you can change your beliefs. As I said, a belief is just a thought you keep on thinking. And my true belief is that my work that I do as a coach, as a speaker, as a show host, that my work is important and necessary. I'm here for a purpose, and I can't mess this up, because my job is to continuously show up. So I want to bring that challenge to you. And where in your life do you need to show up? Where in your life can you start to recognize that your work is so important and necessary? You're here for a purpose, and you can't mess it up if you keep showing up to do it. This is the work. I know truly, truly, truly that my work that I do and that I offer is the highest and the greatest service to the world, because I'm truly living my dream, and I get to help entrepreneurs and leaders use their voice to take up space and feel confident and supported so that they can change their world. Because when we feel good about ourselves, we're doing good for others. And that's truly what I want for others. I got an invitation a couple of days ago to do a presentation for youth at an upcoming youth conference, and I'm so excited. Can I read you the intro? Okay, here is the description of the workshop. The title is called Expand Your Vision Workshop, and this is for youth. And just a FYI, I would love to come out and do this anywhere else. So here's the description. Hey dreamer, ever feel like you've got a massive vision bubbling inside you, but it's so huge and it feels overwhelming? Like, where do you even start, right? Well, guess what? You're not alone. In this workshop, we're going to help you break it down and find some clarity in that big, exciting dream of yours. I'll show you how to start seeing yourself as the amazing person you're meant to be right now, because trust me, you're destined for great things. So let's dive in together and kickstart this journey and the vision to your dream. It's okay to get excited. I'm so excited to be offering that workshop. And I'm going to create the materials and give it to my sons as well, because when I do things like this, I always think about my sons, and they're not always like super excited to follow mom to work. Like, when does that ever happen? It doesn't. But they are my purpose. Sharing something as exciting like that is my purpose. So here are some of the things that I've done over the years. And I actually have a podcast on this one too. I call it my law of attraction journey, because when I started learning about the law of attraction, it really caused me to get more involved in my personal development, my self-development. And this is where I really started to learn my strengths, learn my weaknesses, learn about my skills, my passions, what I had to offer. And included in all of that, for me on my journey, was I needed to reparent myself. I needed to care for myself. And I didn't know how the heck to do that. So I have a list of things that I'll share with you that you can do. And I encourage you that if you're already doing one, add another one. If you haven't started doing one of these yet, pick one. Just start with one. And you can start with just a couple minutes a day. This is the inner work. This is self-love. This is healing, because healing is totally a lifestyle. Healing is a lifestyle. And oftentimes I'll work with clients and I will share this list that I'm going to share with you. And I like to think about it as a puzzle piece, because there might be one of these things that's going to work for you right now. That might be the puzzle piece that you're missing. It might be the puzzle piece that you need next. But many of us are going to need a different puzzle piece at a different time. So here's the list. And this is not in any particular order, just how they came to me in my brain. So the first one is tapping. This is EFT tapping, and I've been sharing this in my workshops. I share this with my clients, and I actually have a list that I share. I'll share it for free. It's not public. It's on YouTube. But if you send me a DM on Instagram at jessicadumas.ca and you tell me you want to know about my tapping, my EFT tapping, I will send you the link. I don't want it public. Like, I don't want to open it publicly, but I'm happy to share it publicly, if that makes any sense. Anyway, EFT tapping, there's certain areas that you tap on your body that are energy points, and it helps with healing. It's one of my favorite things to do right now. I love it, love it, love it. Another thing that's super accessible is meditating. You can meditate. Sometimes it just means, and this is the third one, is breathing. Just sometimes taking some deep breaths. Hold your breath for a second, lots of deep breaths. Even that alone is a form of meditating, but breathing in itself is something really magical, because we can control our breath. We can't control our heartbeat. We can't control, a lot of things in the ways that our body functions. But the fact that we can control our breath and our breathing, I believe, is something that is truly amazing. And I believe in these things. I just want to say, like, if you're looking for something new, tapping, I truly believe, can change your life, improve pain, improve things on your body. I truly, truly believe in it. So please ask me about it. Walking in the bush, super healthy for all of your body, your health, your mentality, all of it. Walking near the water, any chance that you get. Using affirmations. Again, I have podcast episodes where I share affirmation playlists. Go to therapy. That's something that's really incredible. And there's a lot of shame that has been lifted around going to therapy. And if you have access to that, it's something that's been, especially for someone like me who I love professional development and personal development, therapy for me is great once you find the right person. So if you tried it before and it didn't work, try someone else. Coaching. If you're at a place in your life and in your career and you're like, I'm ready to step up, I'm ready to be seen, I know I have big goals and I can see it, but I have to deal with those blocks, that's where coaching can come in. So, and that's just a list. That's just a short list. There's so many things out there that you can do that are free and accessible. And whatever works for you, reach out and grab it. Our hearts know things that our head can't always comprehend. So when we talk about resonating with something, that's where it's coming from. That's my message for you today. Thanks so much for being here. And don't forget, jessicadumas.ca on Instagram. It's also my website. And I can't wait to chat with you again next week. Thank you so much for your time. Miigwech, ekose, merci. Get in touch with me on Instagram or my website at jessicadumas.ca.